We got ourselves team 2 with, we got ourselves Ornash as a fire mage with Yulora as a feral druid behind a cat from a stealth and dueling fan. We got ourselves Zenisi as a elemental shaman with Athaman on our red, and in the back we got ourselves Kefir. It looks like Yulora is going to be first up as a feral versus team. We got ourselves Sanitize. We got ourselves Vidma. We have Copyfin as an enhancement with Belisarius as a fury, and is going to be getting open on a bomb. Unholy DK pet stun in the opener. Thorns available immediately for Yulora. Big pets coming out. Big army rolling in as Barski coming out for Yulora. That's going to be the arm available for a bomb. Yulora is not going anywhere. That roar, however, is going to put CC onto a bomb as the arm cannot grip while you are CC'd. So that's a nice breakaway for him. Waited out the arm a bit, waited out the army, got away from the A-bomb, and tried to get himself a regrowth. Not getting juked on it. Yo, actually got that kick. Juked. And it's going to be a cyclone to A-bomb as Yulora is able to catch up on health without damage. It's actually quite a good amount of catch-up right now. Good amount of catch-up. Yulora is still nailing those bites into A-bomb. Big old bites yet again and again. A-bomb is going to have to think about playing this very, very defensively now. Very, very defensively. Is going to trap up a trinket. I think maybe a health trinket, because I doubt he would go super aggressive here, unless that's all you can really do in this situation. Increase your strength. That's going to be the pet sacrifice coming out. A-bomb wanting to get a whole new pet in here, because that pet sac is going to give him health. Is going to have to go for Lichborn with those death calls, heal himself up. AMS for those thorns might give him a little bit of runic power. Yulora still just has so much pressure on him. A-bomb getting hit with a big old bite, and the guillotine jaws close on the poor boy's head. He did really, really well, though. And that's going to be Vidma next as a fire mage. It's going to be Convoking uninterrupted. Oh my god, Vidma had to go for a time warp perfect opportunity. It got himself combustion, and Yulora is going to CC it with a big old roar and just going to bail away from Vidma. Vidma still got those Phoenix Flames and Pyroblast, which still do quite a bit of damage. Interrupting Yulora on a cast into a stun by the feral, breath by the mage. But he doesn't really have himself another go. It looks like he doesn't have maybe a ring of peace? Ring of frost? It looks like he doesn't. Yulora, I think, is just going to have to sharpen those claws, and that's going to be interrupted on fire damage. Vidma, actually under a lot of pressure. Images are available. Could be an ice block here, and the ice block comes out, busts out of it immediately. Could be an interrupted to Yulora. Yulora is still not in the worst spot really ever yet. That's going to be a bread by Vidma. Does he have a ring of frost? He does not. Rune of power instead, getting interrupted on that arcane. And Yulora just needs a bite or two more. Vidma just doesn't have a lot left. The shield is going to be up. I think the bleeds might have him down. Shifted power coming out. Trying to see if he can get himself some cooldown reduction. I don't know what CDs you could really get out of it. Yulora popping in a stealth into a bit of a feast from Ornash. That's of the mage food. That's going to be a nice stun onto Vidma. He does get himself a shield either way. Does Vidma play normal blinks? He has to play normal blinks, right? That's going to be alter time in case the damage was going to break through his shield. Mounting up. Does he have any kind of play here? Does he have any kind of go? That's going to be an opener with a nice shred, and that's it. Not much you could really do in that situation. Belisarius. Belisarius. Mabe is going to be up next. Try to make some big damn happen. We'll see how it works out for him. Yulora sneaking behind the Fury Warrior as he's just continuing to whirlwind in case the feral opens up on him. And that's going to be a trinket or human racial into a stun on Yulora decides to go against it with a trinket of his own. Thorns are up, maim it to Belisarius as he got himself a little bit of damn. That's going to be thorns available for Yulora. Belisarius does charge in with a Zerka's Rage. Actually, and Rage Regeneration. Zerk is a little bit different. Reflect available in case against Yulora for thorns as well as Cyclone. That's going to be Cyclone onto the Warrior. Not much you can really do in that situation. And looks like it's going to be a Stormbolt onto Yulora. Belisarius is trying to get some big dams in. Maybe come back. That's going to be that Rage instead of a Raging Blow. Spanned onto a bit of a self-heal with Ignore Pain. Just trying to ignore some of the pain, but the pain just keeps rampant and rampant. Belisarius had to go for Warlock House from Sanitize. As I was just continuing to dip. Yulora's health is not super high either, but Belisarius is just not in a good spot at all. If the Feral had executes, this would be over, but looks like the bite is going to do it. He just had to get himself a little bit of damn. Big old bite to end it all. And Sanitize is going to be up next. Get himself a gateway up and running as well. Mounting up. It's going to be a rough one. So far, this Feral has been 3-0. Nothing has stopped him except for the pet might actually be able to do it now with a stun from the Guardian, from the Felguard. Second Felguard has not used the stun just yet. That is a second Felguard that, or the original Felguard hasn't used the stun just yet. As he does have 2 Felguards, it's gonna send the balloon up in the air. The balloon! Except the balloon doesn't do anything. I think he did the balloon mostly for the casters on the team. The Ally Shaman and the Mage. But that's what that is. That's an observer. Otherwise known as Boom the Balloon. It does cast at you. That's going to be another pet available for Sanitize. That's to get himself a Tyrant. That's going to be almost stunned by the big Fel Lord, I think it is. So he's spraying a bunch of pets. He's playing Fel Lord, Fel Guard. He's just summoning as many pets as he can. That's going to be Tyrant getting interrupted by Allura. Sanitize so far has had himself a lot of pets and an interesting play that maybe could have been huge. But he just didn't really get the play that he wanted. Didn't really get exactly what he needed. As we're hitting the 5% dampener here, boys. It looks like Allura just gonna wait out the pets into a root on the Felguard and bail out of there. Man. Into Sanitize going for a bit of a fleshcraft. Into an opener by Allura with a big ol' Convoke. Does have the stun from the pet. It's an interrupt too, actually. So it is a stun as well as an interrupt shot if you're trying to come out for Sanitize. That's going to be continuous bites from Allura. Just continue to just rampage through Sanitize as well as all those pets. Boarding back up. And it's actually using a PvE trinket against Allura. It's kind of similar to a claw trinket. It does a bit of damage. Into a stun back. I don't think this Warlock has much left here. I don't think this has much juice left. Without a Mortal Coil, I think it makes it a much different play. I didn't see him press Mortal Coil at all. I don't know if he was running Mortal Coil. Because otherwise that would have been, that was a really, I like the idea of going for a bunch of pets because demonology. But I don't think those pets did really much. Maybe you would go for a bunch of pets, summon a fatted Tyrant. Tyrant consumes all those pets' health and then does a ton of damage himself. Maybe that was the idea behind it. But the balloon just doesn't really do anything because Allura is mostly, unless he convokes and just spams all wraths, the balloon can't do anything. The only time he could do something if it's a cast is being thrown out. And unless Allura is just spamming Moonfire and Cat from, not much you can really do in that situation. And then the big Fel Lord, I believe it's called. We don't really see people use this in these duels at all, but the big guy. He's really good. He used to be the best. He used to do a ton of damage. The stun he would do, you could combo that big Fel Lord stun into your pet stun, into his pet stun, so you get double cleaved. And you would summon a Tyrant, and I think the second cleave would do more damage because of the Tyrant. But that's going to be a little bit rough here for Copyfin, who is still sticking to his guns as an enhancement shaman, boys. Damn. Let's see if enhancement can work out in this. 17% dampener into this, boys. Almost 8 minutes into this duel, and looks like it's got to be Allura just taking the sweet, sweet time, getting those CDs back up. Waiting for Copyfin to approach, but he's perfectly fine waiting for that wall and a trinket. Going to be an opener by Allura. Copy. Going to take those bleed damage into a maim, actually, for Allura. Not even a big old bite. Just want to go for a double stun. Going to be wolves available. Allura bailing out. Bart's getting this wolves a little early. Is going to get a skull bash. This Copy is going to be kind of limited amount of heals he can really do. Big Sunder, as he does go Kyrian, could go for a massive heal. Allura actually feeling the pressure from the Kyrian totem. Bails out of there immediately. And that's going to be Copy catching him out of stealth. Allura having to go into bear form. I think he tried to go for a Panda Rachel for a second. It looks like there's going to be, oh, the capacitor totem stops the cycle. Very well played by Copy. Going to be a refresh stun, and Allura actually missing that interrupt. That's going to be grinding totem for that cyclone. Ascendance available. Can he ascend against the Feral? Trying to make the damage happen. Big. Oh, he's actually still cheating death. Copy can still turn around. Allura, if he is, oh no, Copy. If only Copy made the mistake, Allura could have maybe came back and done something here. Next up is going to be Kefir. Panda versus Panda. First time I think we've seen a Panda versus Panda duels with Saphira flying and Copy after the leg. So big damage coming out. Copy needs some massive heals right now, walling this off. But looks like Touch of Death gets him low enough and takes him out. The Feral rampages through the team. Who would have thought that Enhancement Shaman with the fat plays, dude. That Counter-Strike totem, dude. The groundings and everything. Just got the plays off and got him low enough. Big ascend, dude. And he's ready to go. I like that. I like that. All right, boys.